Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Neil and the Range Monkey. We've got Jake behind the camera. We're doing some recreation stuff from some videos on the main channel. The one we're doing today is a couple years old and it comes from our own state, not too far away from where Natalie lives, maybe a mile. So you know, stuff happens everywhere. We're gonna recreate this one.
This is not a paid endorsement, but I am a brand ambassador for Heckler and Koch USA. HK firearms are incredibly reliable, incredibly accurate, great firearms for defensive carry. From the new VP9A1 to the CC9 to the P30 that I have carried every day for the last 8 years, they are incredible firearms for defensive use. You carry a gun just in case. Shouldn't it be an HK just in case?
Okay, Natalie, welcome. You have seen the video.
Yep.
You know, you've stepped foot in this, but I went to this one specifically just so I could get the lay of the land, because I'm like, oh, this is literally in our backyard, and it is less than a mile from your house.
Yeah.
So violence happens everywhere, and in this one, we're going to show the video and show you kind of the action. But what it turned out to be was 4 teenagers that showed up with different and various and sundry weapons. They did not show a firearm. What they did show was a hammer and like a stun gun kind of thing that they threatened with. But I'll tell you what, if somebody threatens you with a hammer, that is a lethal threat. That can do death or great bodily harm with a hammer. I mean, a lot of people get killed with hammers every year all over the globe. So we have to take that threat seriously. And if somebody's threatening your life, you have the right to defend it. And I know a lot of people in the comments are like, well, just give up the money. They're not going to hurt you. Well, you don't know that. There is about a 1 in 4 chance that they're still going to hurt you. And if you want to play those odds, you can play those odds because you've got about a 75% chance of walking away unscathed. However, what you just witnessed is going to haunt you and stay with you for the rest of your life. And I've talked to a lot of people that have been in armed robberies and that kind of thing. And what they say that they feel afterwards is, you know, I had a chance to defend myself and I didn't. There's a great audio book on the shooting at the Pulse nightclub, and that's one that really hit me, where that guy was he walked back and forth to the bathroom and just kept murdering people, and people sat there for man, it was well over an hour, in a lot of cases waiting for somebody to come help them when they had the gunman outnumbered about 40 to 1. And you know, you could hear it. Now, they didn't say this in their stuff, but what I heard was regret of, man, I am still living with this terror simply because I didn't do anything. And that's what I heard. And I'm filling in the blank a little bit. I'm still living with this terror because nobody came to help me. Well, we're first defense or self-defense folks. We're our own first responder, so we can help ourselves in this. And so now I'm not saying that you have to do this, but I'm going to just show you what the math looks like. I'm going to run it. Natalie's going to run it. Jake's going to run it. And we're just going to get a feel for what this may have taken. And so the scenario is when they came in with the hammer and the stun gun, there were 4 of them. All 3 of them walked in, and we've kind of built their little area. And yes, you can see my high dollar construction work that we do here for our sets with target backers and everything. But they came in from kind of right over here. There was a walkway. They came in behind the counter, and it was kind of a U-shaped deal. And it appears that there was a room over here, a way to get out there as well. 2 of them came in. This is the hammer guy. This is the stun gun guy. This guy, I don't know if you can see him on the camera, but this guy walked back here to steal cigarettes. And the third guy just kind of moseyed off over out in the middle. I don't know if he was stealing Reese's Pieces or what, but he walked out over there. So he isn't an immediate threat, but he's still a threat and he's still around. So we can't forget that guy. But just being 4-on-1 does not mean that you can't have counter ambush opportunities. And in this case, once he backed up to about here, our register guy backed up to about here, he had his hands up, he had opened the register. Both of these guys turned their back and started digging through the register. Now, I'm not going to turn the rubber dummies around here because I don't know, it just seems weird to shoot the target like that. However, they turned around and were digging through the register, which we're going to just say for the video is right here. I could have got a Sharpie and drawn that, but that would just make it more redneck, I think. Yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna test and kind of figure out what the shooting problem was if this guy is armed, and this is South Dakota. We're a constitutional carry state, tons of people with CCWs, tons of people take classes every farmer's armed, and so are most of the other people. Now, I know that maybe the job doesn't allow you to be armed or whatever, but I like to say that you get to decide when you disarm. We live in that kind of a country, and if you have to take a job where you can't be armed, then figure out something else. He could have OC'd these guys pretty easy as well. So that would have been an option to step back like this and then just start dousing these guys. And when they turned around, they're going to get some OC in their eyes. They're going to be burning. He could have turned around here, OC'd that guy. But again, you OC somebody that's threatening you with a hammer, he still has lethal force and you have less. So I'm saying, again, afterwards we found out these are 16-year-olds, and I'm not wanting to shoot 16-year-olds, and I hope nobody out there watching is either. However, they're making adult decisions, and they're going to have adult consequences from that. And so again, the shooting problem, if you chose to shoot, is a fairly easy one when everybody's got their back. They had their back turned for a significant amount of time, and nobody was watching. So we are going to play our good guy. And so the way it's going to work, we're not doing any beeps or anything here. I'm going to even let you hold that while I run it. But what we're going to do is we're just going to back from here, just pretend that we opened the register and backed up to here. And while this guy was still threatening with the stun gun for a minute, when he turns around, there's a good 3 seconds, 4 seconds. Nobody has eyes on this guy. And all he had to do was draw his gun and go to work. When we're dealing with multiple attackers, we play kind of boarding house rules. Everybody gets first before anybody gets seconds. Serving is 2 to 3 per. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, whatever the case may be. But then you know that this guy walked off here, and I'm just guessing. And I've been in the store, and it's been a while because it's been 2 years. I can't remember if this guy could have jetted out that way or not, but he is the closest next threat after the servings have been served. So you've got to turn here and be prepared for somebody running at you or somebody running away, and then you got to make the decision that you got to make. Again, it's not where you shoot them, because he would have been shooting these guys in the back. It's why you shoot them. We are going to shoot these guys because they are threatening us, our life, with a hammer. I don't care about the money. The money's not mine. The money's the store's and all of that. My life is what is at risk, and so I'm going to defend that. And so if I don't open that thing, they are going to hit me in the head with a hammer and potentially kill me. And then they're going to jimmy that thing open and take the money anyway. So it isn't about the money. And that's the thing that I think people really struggle with, Nat, is that they make it about the money and make it about the things. And it's not. It's about us. We are worth defending. I think there's a T-shirt like that, isn't there?
Yeah.
Oh, too bad you're not wearing it today.
That.
Go show them your tattoo. That's actually a cool one.
Yeah.
You need to do some curls, kid.
I know. I need to.
All right. Well, we've talked enough. Let's shoot this thing and see how it goes. Okay. So now I'm going to have you go just step off.
All right.
Let's get our eyes and ears on. Okay. So I'm just going to start from here. Now I've got my gun loaded and everything is ready here. I'm going to start from here with just pushing the button to open this thing up. Okay. Go ahead and put that where you need to put it. So as I open that thing up right here, and he backed up to about right here. Now I got to be careful that I don't trip over this stuff, but he backed to about right here. That is 2 yards. That's 3 yards. These are easy shots to make. I don't really have to, I can sight shoot a lot of this thing. Now I'm going to try to see my sights and get good hits here, but I'm going to give some servings here. So what it potentially looks like is as they turn around, that's how fast that I can do that. Now, the last thing that I've got to do is now I holstered up so I could talk to you, but I got to figure out where the other guy is. Odds are, and what we typically see is when guns start going off, bad guys scurry. They figure I left the lights on at home or the oven's on and I got to go check, I got to go stir my soup or whatever the case may be. But that doesn't mean that they're going to run away. Sometimes we have seen times where they will defend each other. It's pretty rare. But now once that third shot goes off, now I've got to come back and look at everybody else and make sure that there are no threats. Hammer guy is the biggest threat, so I really need to come back to him and make sure that he is down with those 3 shots. I'm pretty sure he's down, but we need to make sure, and then we've got to assess everything else. So it happens pretty quick. I don't know what that took, but maybe 2 seconds to get all 6 of those shots, maybe 3-4 seconds, and everything was done. So this guy back here that was stealing cigarettes probably didn't have time to process what's going on. He heard 6 bangs. Those are pretty good shots. At 3 yards, I'm a pretty good shooter. 2 yards, I'm a pretty good shooter. But anyway, so let's see Natalie shoot it.
All right.
So Natalie, you got your gun ready?
Yep.
And you can do servings of 2 or 3, whatever you choose.
Okay.
But you're going to walk over and here, I'll take the timer off of you so you don't have that banging. And you're just going to stand here and pretend that you just opened that, and then you're backing up to here. I'll stand beside you here.
Okay.
And you're going to back up to here, and then when you're ready, you do your, I'll say they turned around. I'll give you kind of that hint of, hey, they got their back to you, okay?
Okay.
So open the register.
All right.
That's open. You're backing up. Your hands are up. All right, they've turned around. Okay, holster up.
All right.
That went pretty quick. Now, when we run Jake through this, we're going to do a timer just to see how long it actually took, because he's going to, when they turn around, I'm going to give him a beep so that he can actually see it. Come on in, Jake. Nice job.
Thank you.
How'd that feel?
It felt pretty good. I noticed that when I drew, this guy was already in my sights, so I wanted to take care of him before I took care of Hammerman.
Yep.
But then that kind of added just a little bit of time to swing all the way over. But
I don't know that there's a wrong answer there.
Yeah.
I think if we want to be efficient, it's bang, 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 bang. However, in the moment, you got to do your math, and your math was just a hair different than mine. And so you're like, oh no, this is the easiest one. I'm going to take him first. And then Hammer Guy is, he's probably going to be moving at that point.
Yeah.
I would recommend that we look at the biggest threat first. However,
Me too.
I don't think there's no problem there. And you got your hits,
Yeah.
your hits, and your hits. So
Yeah.
I mean, Taser Guy was closer to the good guy.
yeah, exactly.
That's
All
true.
right.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting to change your decision after you've already drawn the gun. I don't know if that added any time to me, but I was like, oh, I'm doing this. Okay.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it does, because
Yeah.
our brain comes up with it grabs the first okay idea.
Yep.
And it's not always the best idea. It's not always the most, perfect one. I was able to think through it beforehand, and I kind of just threw you into it. So your brain went with, oh no, that's the easiest one as you're drawing. Oh no, I'm going to take that one first. So there's nothing,
Yeah.
but we have to be prepared for that. And it's interesting when we do like force on force scenarios, if you don't know what's going on, I did some force on force stuff with the first person defenders a few months ago. I still wake up at night going, oh, why didn't I do this?
Yeah.
Oh man, I shanked that. And I think I did kind of okay. I mean, Mom walked away from everything, and I rolled away on a stretcher, maybe. But anyway, but that's what our brain does. It picks the first okayest one that it gets. It's just like a card catalog, and it stops as soon as it sees something that's okay.
Yeah.
And that's what we do. So.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, Jake, you ready?
Let's see how you do it.
All right, so Jake, I'll stand over here by that. You're gonna get your ears on that.
Yep.
Okay. So open that thing up. I'm going to give you a beep, Jake, so hold on 1 second here. Okay, I'm ready. So you're going to open that up. You're going to back up. You're going to back to about right there is where he was. Okay, so when I give you the beep, that's when they turned around and you decided that's your go signal. Are you ready? Oh, okay. Go ahead and holster. So Jake decided a serving was 4. His draw to first shot was a 159. These were all good hits. We had repainted these before I shot, so you can see good hits on all of the targets. First shot was a 159, and the last shot was 4.2. So in less than 5 seconds, he took care of all of the threats and then had an opportunity. Now, we didn't play this out to look for the other guy wherever he was going. We just dealt with the immediate threat. So we know that in less than 5 seconds, all of this can be taken care of, and everybody gets a serving. So what I'm saying is, don't go out looking for 16-year-olds to shoot. Also, if you're 16, don't take a hammer and threaten people. That's just stupid, all right? But if somebody's threatening you with deadly force, if you know kind of what your math is, and we kind of know at this distance. Now, again, this all changes if the distance changes, and so now we've got to kind of adjust our algorithm a little bit, and everything changes a little if we move the distance out. But most of the stuff that we're going to deal with is going to be fairly close. As a self-defender, when it's us personally being attacked, they get in close to you. Now, we've got some more that we're going to do with different scenarios that are going to add some distance to it. So now we're going to have to figure out some different math. But for this one, this is a solvable problem that you don't have to live with, that I gave up in that moment, and nobody was there to help me, because we can help ourselves. A lot of peace comes from knowing what we can do. And if you can't do that in 5 seconds or less, not saying that I wouldn't take the shot if I can do it in 6 or 7 seconds, I think that's worth it, because the only real threat was the guy with, the only real deadly threat was the guy with hammer. The stun gun guy is scary, but those things just kind of hurt. And I doubt that once the bullets start flying, anybody's going to attack anybody. So in some cases, you may just decide to shoot one guy and everybody else just scurries. But you know, in this scenario, this was a solvable counter attack opportunity that we could have counter ambushed these guys. If they came in and ambushed our good guy, we could have counter ambushed them. And again, I'm not saying shoot 16-year-old kids. He didn't know they were 16. He didn't know. All he knew was they were threatening his life so that they could get what they wanted to get. And your life is worth defending.